My name is Anna Ramirez, and I'm from Fairview Christian School in Marin, Pennsylvania. And the title of my poem is God's Eternal Ink by Craig Pitts. I dreamed I was in heaven where an angel kept God's book. He was writing so intensely, I just had to take a look. It was not at first his writing that made me stop and think, but the fluid in the bottle that was marked Eternal Ink. This ink was most amazing, dark black upon his blotter. But as he touched the parchment, it became as clear as water. The angel kept on writing, but as quickly as a wave, the words were disappearing with that strange eternal ink. The angel took no notice, but kept writing on and on. He turned each page and filled it till all its space was gone. I thought he wrote to no avail. His efforts were so vain, for he wrote a dozen pages that he'd never read again. And as I watched him wonder that this awesome side was mine, I actually saw words stay black as it dried upon the line. The angel wrote, and I thought I saw a look of satisfaction. At last he had some print to show from all his earnest action. A line or two dried dark and said as black can be. But strangely, the next paragraph became invisible to see. The book was getting fuller, the angel's records true, but most of it was blank with just a few words coming through. I knew there was some reason, but as hard as I could think, I couldn't grasp the significance of that eternal ink. The mystery burned within me, and I finally dared to ask the angel to explain to me of his amazing task. And what I heard was frightful as the angel turned his head. He looked directly at me, and this is what he said. I know you stand and wonder at what my writing's worth, but God has told me to record the lives of those on earth. This book that I am feeling is an accurate account of every word and action and to what they do amount. And since you have been watching, I must tell you what is true. The details of my journal are the strict accounts of you. The Lord asked me to watch you as each day you worked and played. I saw you as you went to church. I saw you as you prayed. But I was told to document your life through all the week. I wrote when you were proud and bold, and I wrote when you were meek. I recorded all your attitudes, whether they were good or bad. I was sorry when I had to write the things that made God sad. So now I'll tell you the wonder of this eternal ink, for the reason for its mystery should make you stop and think. This ink that God created to help me write my journal will only keep a record of things that are eternal. So much of life is wasted on things that matter not. So instead of my erasing, smudging ink and ugly blot, I just keep writing faithfully and let the ink do all the rest. For it is able to decide what is useless and what is best. And God ordained that as I write all of you do and say, your deeds that count for nothing will just disappear away. When books are opened someday, as sure as heaven is true, the Lord's eternal ink will tell what mattered most to you. If you just live to please yourself, the pages will be bare. And God will issue no reward for you when you get there. In fact, you'll be embarrassed. You'll hang your head in shame, for you did not give yourself in love to Jesus' name. Yet maybe there will be a few recorded lines that stayed, that show the times you truly cared, sincerely loved and prayed. But you will always wonder as you enter heaven's door, how much more glad you would have been if only you'd done more. For I record as God sees. I don't stop to even think, because the truth was written with God's eternal ink. When I heard the angel's story, I fell down and wept and cried. For as yet I was still dreaming, I hadn't really died. And I said, oh angel, tell the Lord that as soon as I awake, I'll live my life for Jesus. I'll do it all for his dear sake. I'll give in full surrender. I'll do all he wants me to. I'll turn my back on self and sin and whatever isn't true. And though the way seems long and rough, I promise to endure. I'm determined to pursue the things that are holy, clean, and pure. With Jesus as my helper, I will win lost souls to thee, because I know that they will live with Christ through all eternity. Oh, that's what really matters when life on earth is gone, that I will stand before the Lord and hear him say, well done. For is it really worth it as my life lies at the brink, and I realize that God gives books with his eternal ink? Should all my life be focused on things that turn to dust? From this point on, I'll serve the Lord. I can, I will, I must. I will not send blank pages up to God's majestic throne. For where that record's going now is my eternal home. I'm giving all to Jesus. I now have seen the lane, for I saw an angel ride my life with God's eternal ink.